Hi everybody. Welcome to Whispers in Ink. I am Jennifer Merle Hampshire, and this episode is brought to you by whispersinink.net. Merry Christmas season. Have you started pulling out your Christmas decorations yet? I just started, and if you ever come to my live classes, I do go a little Christmas crazy. I will admit, and I love it, love Christmas crazy, even down to the, and I'm going to try not to spill it, the Meowie Christmas coffee mugs. Yes, love it. No commercials for coffee and cards today, but link for that's down below too. Anyways, we're gonna talk about Christmas cards. Now, we all send, or if you don't, you should, because you want loved ones to know that you care about them. So I have my family Christmas cards are already done. Getting ready for my customer cards to get done. And I'm struggling, you guys. I'm really struggling with the Christmas cards. Why? I have no idea. I've been doing this for 12 plus years, 13 plus years. I've been a demo for 9, so I don't know. Anyways, posted this on my blog as a previous post, looking for help. I haven't looked at the comments yet this morning, but I am wanting to use this as our power of 3 that we've done before, like we did with the Rooted in Nature. So working on Christmas cards, keeping with the stamp ink and paper, we're going to take this and what I would have done first as a simple stamping, just stamp ink paper. And when I do my step up, I always include one embellishment, and then even the third step up, the next step, I'm going to include one embellishment, only one, restraining myself. We're going to be using the Peaceful Boughs, and I love the evergreens. I can't wait to show you the home decor item that I did. Super duper excited using the die cuts for this. Holy smokes, beautiful. When I post that, I'll post the link here below too in case you don't get to this video right away. Anyways, let's work on just the stamps version of this. So we're gonna need that Peaceful Boughs. You're gonna need crumb cake and cherry cobbler, and then for the last one, you're gonna need some white. But for this one, I'm thinking, and we're going to go with the sentiment first because I want that down in the bottom corner. Keeping in mind, that's our middle child. So we want to go down one step from that. And put that off. Now, when I do my sentiments, I start them at the bottom, so that they're lined up straight and kind of bring them up. So there's our little tip today in hopes that it gets stamped straight. And you want to go with the rubber. You line it up with the rubber and check that out. That's pretty darn straight. I can live with that. So we're going to, excuse me, we're going to close that cherry cobbler up. We're going to bring in our crumb cake ink. And we're going to just stamp this. And apparently White Sox wants everybody to know that he's up and running around today because I hear him crying in the background. So I'm sorry if you do as well. And we're just going to stagger this all the way up. And we'll put one more partial up there. And that will be just, that's actually super pretty. Love that. Now, how pretty would it be to get that in the mail? That would be really pretty. Just that. There's the card. Love it, right? But you guys know me, that's not enough for me. So I want to do something a little unexpected. And we're going to mount that. So I have another tip for you. Not just a line-up tip. I have another tip. I like to try things out, and I'll show you what I do afterwards because I don't want you to... So remind me later so that I can show you my other piece. So here is our first child. Here is the middle child. And we're going to work on the third child because we've done this lots before and we know what we're doing and we're gonna go a little Christmas crazy, right? Nothing wrong with a little Christmas crazy. So this time I'm taking this same piece, which is, I wanna say 2.5 by 2.5 by 3 3/4. And I will post that in my blog post. And we're going to do the same thing that we did on the middle child. And just like this. Just like that. There is our, and actually, no, those are the right way. We're going to add a cherry cobbler label, and you know that that's driving me crazy. But guess what? That's okay. We love it anyways, right? Just like all of our children, we love them all. Flaws and all. There is our layer. Now we're gonna take, I'm reaching, sorry, this. What the heck do you do with that, right? Trying to figure it out. Well, we're gonna use it, and that's where we're bringing in the craft white. And what we're gonna do, and that'll tell you how old it is. This is old, old, old. But we're going to, on each of the pine cones, we're going to splatter with snow. And I did turn it around one time, just for a little bit different. And I hope you guys can see, oh yeah. Now, because this is craft white, we need to let it sit or else it'll smudge. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our base piece and we're going to go ahead and stamp our season's greetings. And we're going to use the same tip that we used the last time. Working with the rubber, just raising it up where we want it, trying to keep it straight. Now, you could use your Stamparatus for this. Stamparatus is fabulous for that because, look, that one's a little bit crooked. Stamparatus, too, if I was doing this now, I would be using my Stamparatus, and I would be using my Stamparatus because I have to make like 75 Christmas cards. So I would be using my Stamparatus for this. But here we go. We're going to take this one to the next level. I've got my black scrap piece so that we don't get that like we did when we stamped that one. And I had it here. Why didn't I use it? I have no idea. And we're going to stamp just the seasons part on this crumb cake, and we're gonna fussy cut it out. We don't need that scrap. And I'm going to try to go around this. I wanted to get it down closer to the greetings so that we would have room to hide what we stamped underneath. You could have, and I'm trying to concentrate on my cutting so we have nice cutting, could have masked it. However, I would have done the same thing because I would have had to use copy paper and all of that. And this just, if we do a little wider cut on the seasons part, then we should be good. So there's our seasons. And I know this is not simple stamping, Jennifer. This is fussy cutting. This is not simple, right? Well. This is the gotta have it all mentality that I have. So we'll do the stamp ink and paper, but we'll make it look fancy. And then we're using our mini dimensionals. And for this one, I know normally I say it's not going through a hurricane. However, you want it to stay put so that you don't see the seasons on this one. So I did put 3 on here. And plus that makes it easier to line it up. And when I line it up with my previous stamping, I kind of go from the bottom and then leave it there. And then when you're looking at it, you should be good. See, there's your seasons. And then we have this right here. Should be dry enough to be able to put the twine on it. All right, so I talk about embellishments. I only want one embellishment, right? I went through my last 6 months of classes to try to give you an idea of the different things that you would have on hand that you could add as an embellishment. Linen thread is one that's been included in 2 different classes that I've done in the last 6 months. And you should have some of this. Here's just a couple of other things that you could change the color scheme of this and be able to use your extra pieces of embellishments that you had already on hand. So any of those embellishments, when you're working, you want to use them. Get them out. Create a card. Be brave. Try your different ideas. All right, so we're wrapping twice, and we're going to tie a cute little bow. And remember, this is just one embellishment, so we're good. Stamp ink and paper with one embellishment. And that didn't tie tight enough for me. There we go. Oh, goodness gracious. So what do you do when you don't get a tight enough bow or tight enough bow? You tighten it in the back. Pull it back here. And that's where you're going to put one of your dimensionals so that you have a tight bow in the front. Easy fix. Works like a charm. We're going to use our scraps pieces here, apparently, because I have a bunch of scraps on here. And that works out for you not having a saggy middle, so it's all good. All right. Here's our card base, or our first layer piece. Here is our pine cone piece with our pretty ribbon on it. And here's our card base, actually. And we're gonna take our bone folder and burnish. Before we do attach that, I am gonna bring back in the cherry cobbler, because for this one, we're gonna do our insides, and I'll do the insides of the other ones later. And the sentiment that we put in there, it says, "May the spirit of peace gently fill your heart and home in this most wonderful time of year." But here's the other thing we're gonna do. Because we got the pine cone on the front, we're gonna take this, it's all inked up, but I'm gonna stamp it off once. You can do this either on scrap, or you can do it on your black scrap. And we're gonna do one more. There we go. Now, can you see it? Just the two little pine cones in the background. That's what people are like, ooh. Because you know they notice that. So it makes it look fancy. All right, we're gonna put this on. And here is our third. Now, remember I told you I was going to show you how I try things out. Where did it go? It was just here. I wanted to try this out to see if it worked. And I didn't want to use the whole entire card part, so I made just the base. But I don't know, can you see the shimmer on the snow that we added? I put a little wink of Stella on the white parts here, just to add a little bit of shimmer. So how about that be our fourth step, which we don't normally do. But I like this just like this, but if you want to take it to that next level, you would add the wink of Stella, which we all love the wink of Stella. I love it. Super easy addition to any card to add just that little bit of something, something. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you learned something today, because if you learned something today, then I hope that you will share this video. And if this is the first time at my channel, please go ahead and hit the notification bell, and also sign up to receive notifications, or become a subscriber. That's what I'm trying to think of, sorry. Like, comment, and subscribe. I always answer every single comment at this point. I love the comments and I appreciate the comments, but please share if you learned something today. Thank you for joining me. Have a great day getting crafty, and hope you have a great holiday. Bye.